The first thing is the cabinet. I'm going for an espresso look. So, if you're looking at this video, you are about to see my before, and then I'm gonna give you all the in between. Let's go. If for nothing else, I'm doing it so that you can be inspired, because you can be somebody that says, look, I'm the person that's like, I can't do it. If I can do it, sis, sir, you can do it. Come on, let's go. Redo a kitchen. Okay, so I'm about to show you the unboxing of the Rust-Oleum Transformation Kitchen Cabinet Kit Large. Say that 10 times fast. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the unboxing, and then I need you to stay tuned for a very important message that, had I had known, would have saved me a whole lot of trouble at the beginning of this project. But I love the product. The cabinet kit came in today. So first of all, I was a little scared because this is a huge box and it is heavy. I don't know why I didn't think it was gonna be this big and heavy, but I'm excited. So this is the product that we use for the cabinets. It's cabinet transformation, and so I kind of opened it, but I'm gonna do a reopening for you guys. When you open it, it's like everything. This book was actually underneath, so I've actually kind of already read some instructions on what to do, but it comes with this instruction book that was right there where that hole is, and it kind of shows you what everything is. So then you take this little piece off, and you have, like, it's gonna label it for you, the deglosser and the protective coat and the scrub pads. And there's this video that I'm going to watch to figure this out. And then here's the big product, and you've got deglosser. See, it tells you step 1 and all the steps are there. These are scrub, I guess, sponges or mats, I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna look at the video. And these are the sponges. It comes with everything in the kit. These things, but so it has all the steps to it, protective coats, deglosser. I'm gonna follow every step, I promise, the right way. It looks like it has a lot of stuff, and it said read instruction sheet before. So something was like, the coat, something doesn't seem right. Like I looked at the video and I read everything. When you are purchasing your kit online, try to get a pre-mixed kit. That means in your description of when you're gonna purchase, it's gonna also have the name of where you're trying to get your cabinets to go. So it may say Rust-Oleum Dark Kitchen Kit Espresso, Rust-Oleum Dark Kitchen Kit Harvest. Because if it doesn't, it will come with that gallon can of paint or, base, and it will not have color. You will need to go to the store to get your color. So remember that when you're buying it, if you want to save the time and headache, because it was a little bit tough today to try to get the color. The store only had the color in, but they were so amazing, in a quart size. So what we had to do was, because I had a gallon, she had to put the formula in 4 times in order to fill my can. Here we go. I set up a station in the garage, so I wasn't really worried about spills, but I did have plastic drop cloths in the house. Those blue pieces of tape are just me numbering the cabinets so I know which ones they are. I wiped the cabinets off and then started with the deglosser. So all we had to do was take this deglosser, put it on our scrub brush, and kind of scrub the cabinet really good, followed by a damp cloth and then a dry cloth to make sure we got all that off. You see me without gloves here, but I did put my gloves on and use them for the rest of this project. time for our bond coat. The instructions said to use up and down strokes on the vertical areas and side to side on the horizontal areas. And so once I finished what I was doing with the doors, I would go in the house and do the same thing. After the first coat, you wait for 2 hours before applying the second coat. And here is where I cut major corners, y'all. I only did the front of my cabinets, but the stuff that you get says that it has enough to cover both the front and backs of your cabinets. And I didn't. So another thing here is a little goes a long way. You see me stirring this, and when I put that stick up to show you, I'm showing you what I have left, and I am almost done. I have like a couple cabinets left to do, a couple doors, and that is it. So a little goes a long way. And then this is one quick tip I learned. I read about this, not on the instructions here, but in between coats, put your brush in a bag to keep it from drying out. The glaze phase. My least favorite part of this project. I almost wish, because you see it says it's optional, that I hadn't done it, but it really is what takes the cabinets from that chocolatey color to that deep espresso. So you had to put the glaze on with the same kind of strokes as you would everything else, but then you had to take the glaze cloths and gently, with the same even pressure, wipe away the glaze so that it would be even. And I just knew that I wasn't doing that every single time. Plus, the cloths, as much as they caution about dust and debris, these cloths had like little bits of pieces that would fall off, and I didn't like that. You have to let your glaze coat dry for 8 hours before applying the final step, which is the top coat. This coat is really watery, and it has a milky color to it. It goes on really thin, and you have to watch for bubbles when you're putting this on. You also want to do this in even strokes. And this coat will dry for 12 hours before putting your cabinet doors back in place. And bam, this is after. You are definitely going to see some imperfections in the strokes. But if you got something to say, I'll allow it as long as you're in the kitchen to help with dishes or dinner. So anyway, I'm excited. You're not gonna see all of the cabinets yet, because I'm gonna do that in my full kitchen reveal. Boom. Well, here's just a glimpse again of what the cabinets look like close up. I probably did a big picture of the whole kitchen kind of stripped and ready for the remodel. What I did when removing the cabinets, I kept all the hardware right in the cabinet. So I'm gonna take it all off, and instead of taking it out and getting it lost, I'm just gonna leave it in the cabinet. You are also to stay tuned in to my Instagram, because all along this process I have been posting some crazy pictures. Some of them are just things to encourage you, some things to make you laugh in the process of doing a renovation, and some important messages. So stay tuned for some pictures. Follow me there at Lisa's Voice Works. Lisa's Voice Works. LISAVOICEWORKS. Lisa's Voice Works, okay? My husband, God rest his soul, he was an amazing musician. He could play any instrument, all self-taught. So he played the keys, any keys, organ, the keyboard, he played the drums, he could play the bass, and he taught himself the bass. I can remember him making up a song, and he was like, I'm gonna be a bass player. And he picked up a bass, and probably within weeks of first getting the bass, he was on gigs, like playing the bass. Not playing around with it, but sounding the bomb. So I was like, I want to play the piano. And he was like, no, you don't. I was like, why you say that? He'd say, because if you did, you'd be doing it. And really, he made a lot of sense. Because we do the things we want to do, right? And we're intimidated by the things that are going to take work. So, hence my Reno Chronicles. I am a widow mommy, and I am still channeling that amazing man, and that in my head, no you don't, and gonna try to prove myself. We've been in our home for probably almost 11 years, haven't done a thing, but for the last 3 or 4 years I've said, I want to redo the kitchen. And we have always been a budget conscious family, now so more than ever. So I thought to myself, I want new cabinets and new counters, and I want stainless steel appliances. And I know that would, I'm no expert, but I'm sure that would be thousands of dollars. So I am going to do it myself. And I am hoping that by the end of this project, I would definitely not have spent over $500, but I'm trying to keep it like between $300 and $400.